everybody, welcome back to the pregnancy updates. This is week 27 and I'm feeling a bit brighter this week. I'm thinking we're going to be okay on this video, and I'm going to try my best not to cry. So yeah, this week has been up and down. It's been very mixed because we've had quite limited communication from Robert, and yeah, that's just been a bit rubbish. But pregnancy wise, so symptoms, not too much to talk about this week, to be honest. I've been feeling like I've been getting bigger, so I'm feeling a lot more stretching around my tummy, and just generally feeling, it's weird again because I am hungrier, so I do want to eat more, but then sometimes because I'm feeling a bit rubbish and a bit upset, then I don't want to eat. So it's a funny one. Like I've got a few posts that I've had sitting in my drafts on my blog for quite a while now, and I've got quite a few ideas for videos which I've not got around to doing, just because I feel like I need to figure out exactly what I want to do with it before I actually go for it. But basically it's just talking about kind of eating disorders and eating disorders in pregnancy. So I'm not saying that is what I'm going through right now. I am not saying that you know, I'm doing anything unhealthy or anything like that. It's just more like, it's more a feelings kind of place where I'm at. I'm just a bit strange around the whole eating thing, and I think this time with this pregnancy, unfortunately, it's completely messed my appetite. With Isla, I seem to carry on as normal, didn't get any particularly unhealthy cravings, which was great. And with this one, I'm not having, apart from butter, I'm not having particularly unhealthy cravings. It is mainly just strawberries and Rice Krispies and butter, and that's about it. But it's more just to have a bit of a chat and a bit of a dialogue with anyone else that's felt like this or anything like that. I just want to help other people and just kind of explain what's been going on in my head recently. Because basically at the beginning of this pregnancy, I had a really tough time with eating and pregnancy. I suffered from anorexia for many years when I was younger, so pretty much fully recovered as you can be from that sort of thing. But this pregnancy seems to have tipped me back over the edge a little bit. But because I was so well looked after before when I was younger, I do have the right thought processes in place, and I am kind of strong enough to realise what's going on and try and help myself before it becomes an issue. So basically, yeah, eating has been a bit funny this week, and it's hard to tell whether it's purely because of the pregnancy or because I'm feeling a bit emotional still about Rob being gone. So yeah, that was a bit rambly, but it's just saying that when I first was pregnant, I freaked basically, and not freaked about being pregnant because we were trying and we were desperate to get pregnant, and we were really lucky to get pregnant quite quickly this time compared to last time. But I freaked like body and food wise, which was weird. Like it hasn't happened in a very long time, so it was just a bit crazy for the first couple of months. And I think I was really worried about things going wrong and stuff like that. So when you have added stress, you sometimes take it out and put it onto something else in your life that you can control, which always for me seems to be food. Whenever things go a little bit wrong or I'm under a bit of pressure, it seems to be the food I always go back to, and I always control and I always micromanage, and I just get a bit silly with it basically. So I'd been doing really good, having 3 meals a day, all that sort of stuff, and then Rob deployed and I've kind of not been so good. Luckily my mum came last week and she filled my freezer up with nice yummy meals, and it is more to do with, I love cooking and I love cooking for other people, but when it's just me, I just don't see the point. So I live off like corn burger salads, Rice Krispies, and yeah. I'm not much of a snacker anyway. I do like a takeaway at the weekend and things like that, but I think since Rob's been gone and I've been so busy as well, that I'm forgetting to eat, which is really bad. But then it kind of spirals into forgetting to eat and then not wanting to eat. So I'm just lightly touching on just now. I know I've rambled on about it for almost 5 minutes, but this is kind of lightly touching, just trying to like brain dump before I decide what I can do to maybe help other people, because I am helping myself and I am getting through it and I am fine. It's just a sort of thing that isn't talked about very much, and if I can kind of get my experience across and what I've been going through, then maybe other people who are kind of experiencing it and maybe haven't had the help and therapy that I've had in the past might find some form of, I don't know, help or something in it. But yeah, so that's the first symptom. Eating's been a bit all over the place, and just generally appetite wise not really that fussed. So yeah, that's a bit strange. Bump has been, I think, getting bigger. A weird thing is as well, I've mentioned it on my social media this week, that I got bigger faster this time, which did scare me. But now all of a sudden it's as if I've stopped growing for the past few weeks, and it's great. Like, I had this really cute, neat little bump, and I love it, and it's really solid and it's really cute. And I know I've got plenty of time to get a lot bigger, and I might end up bigger than I was with Viola. But yeah, it's just strange that I was expecting to be really, really, really huge by now, and I think I'm actually smaller than I was when I had Isla, because the baby's literally up in my ribs. It's up here, whereas Isla was kind of in the middle. This one's so much more higher up, and it's causing me a lot of like, it's probably a lot to do with why I'm not hungry either, because it's squashing my stomach. So when I do eat, I'm full within like no time at all. It's pressing on my lungs. A lot of the time I'm struggling to breathe, especially if I'm sitting like this. I'm sitting cross-legged at the moment. And yeah, even at work I find myself going like this a lot, just to try and give myself some more room up here. So yeah, baby is very, very, very high up, and it's a very strange sensation, and not one that I've experienced before. I've been finding that kind of getting about and moving around is getting a little bit more difficult now. And even when I had Isla, even all the way through to like the day before I had her, I could still paint my toenails and take my socks off and whatever. But I'm feeling like sometimes now if I sit down on the step or bend down to do Isla's socks or something like that, it is taking me longer to get back up, and my balance seems to be going. I think the low blood pressure is still rubbish as well, because I do still get the spots and stars all the time, which is a bit annoying. And that's really it symptom wise. There's not much else going down really. Oh, I've started using my pregnancy pillow again that I found. I need to find the cover for it actually. It's one of the Dream Genie pillows, and it's really fab. So that bit supports like your back, and then this bit you have kind of here, and then this bit goes like there, and you can rest your bump on here, and then you put one leg over the top so your hips are in the right position. So if you're looking for a pregnancy pillow, the Dream Genie is really fab. I bought it last pregnancy, and yeah, found it in the loft, so using it again. Something else that I found this week are these, they're not maternity bras, they are literally just kind of crop toppy bra things from Asda, and they were £6. I have a white one on at the moment, but they are so comfortable. They've got the same feel as a lot of the maternity ones, where they're super stretchy, but they're just prettier. Straps are really delicate and lovely, and there's the lace bit, and they're only £6. If you're looking for kind of maternity bras, obviously they're not nursing, she can't take the bits off or anything, that actually make your boobs look like boobs and not horrible pointy weird looking things, then definitely go have a look at these. Cheap and cheerful as well. Let's quickly talk about baby, because I've wasted enough of your time on this video. It's been really rambly, I'm sorry, that's not what I was expecting to be like. But yeah, week 27, this is baby. I think it's only its face, so there's not really much to see. Baby is 36.6 centimeters long now and weighs 875 grams. And oh my goodness, I didn't realize that this week is the end of the second trimester. I thought the end of the second trimester was 30 weeks. Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. Now I'm really scared. Oh, and this is good to know, especially after our scare a few weeks ago. Babies that are born between 27 weeks and 32 weeks have a good chance of survival. So 80 to 90% of babies born at this time are expected to survive, obviously depending on the mum's health, the medical care you get, and obviously the reasons for premature labour. But that's really good, because I've been really scared that since Robert's been gone that something's going to happen again and I'm going to have more bleeding or contraction pains and might go into early labour. So yay, that's good. And baby is beginning to enter a very active phase, which I find amusing, because this baby has been crazy active for the past couple months. Because the amniotic fluid's decreased, apparently you can literally feel every movement baby makes now, and it's kicking away as I'm talking to you. Baby is practicing its sucking reflex. For my app says breastfeeding, but I will say feeding, either breastfeeding or bottle feeding. I tried to breastfeed with Lila, didn't get on very well, so I went on to bottles. I will be trying to breastfeed again with this one, and hopefully going into it with my eyes open this time might help, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I'll be using bottles, so we will just see. Baby's neurons and brain tissues are developing really rapidly now, and they're starting to process thoughts, the same sort of thoughts they'll process as a newborn. And even though baby's skeleton is fully developed, the joints aren't all connected. I don't think that's the right word, whatever the word is. Ooh, if I'm carrying a boy, its testes will have fully descended by now. That's hilarious, descended. So yeah, if you're a little boy, that's interesting to know. And the immune system, liver and lungs are still continuing to develop and are preparing to function on their own. Baby's teeny tiny eyelids have begun to open and the retinas are starting to, I just poked myself in the eye and I was really sore. The retinas are starting to form as well. So that is it. I didn't cry. Yay! I am in quite a positive place today because I'm going around to my friends for a takeaway later, so that's good. We are vlogging this weekend as well, so you might see some more emotion over on there. Probably. I've only, to be fair, this whole week I've probably cried. Maybe I had one day that was really bad, so I cried about 5 or 6 times that day, and then I had maybe 1 or 2 other bad days, maybe 3 days out of the 7. I think that's okay. So let's have a quick look at Bump. So here's Bump. I'm standing up for once. Usually I kneel down and do this, but baby's just so high up, so I'm standing this time. I think even if I go like this, you can just see that it's all up here. It's mad. It's just this whole band here, whereas this is practically empty. But yeah, it's really solid and growing. I still find the way I look from the front quite weird. My belly button piercing is still in, which seems to surprise people. I'm going to put the retainer in quite soon. But yeah, from the front, if I go like that, like, I don't know, just on camera, it just doesn't look very pregnant. I think maybe because it's so high up, it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, that's Bump from the front. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry this one was a bit longer. And we'll see you next week for the next one in the 3rd trimester. How terrifying. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do an ASOS haul for you today. So I picked up quite a few bits and bobs from their sale recently.